are the Roswell family.
Make sure that everyone's included in that family.
Don't be a bystander.
Be the voice.
Almost a third of all children say they've experienced bullying. It is a growing trend that affects millions and seems to be growing worse by the day. So when I read about this next story, I knew I had to share it with you. You're about to meet two classroom crusaders taking on the bullying epidemic one lunch at a time. As a high school football player in Hobbs, New Mexico, Chris Kirkendall was used to tackling opponents head-on. But it was the story of a 5-year-old bullying victim that motivated him to tackle tough guys off the field.
When I heard about this 5-year-old being bullied, it was a little heartbreaking to know that a kindergartner is going through something like that. He was throwing up in the morning before he went to school. Like, he didn't want to go to school, and when he was at school, he was just miserable. That shouldn't be happening at all. It just hit home. I remember how I felt when I was getting bullied. It just fired me up, and I just wanted to change that right then and there. I didn't want him to go another day, wake up another day feeling like he didn't need to go to school.
Remembering the torture of his own bullying all too vividly, Chris invited the 5-year-old boy to eat lunch with him at school, where he knew everyone would see them together.
When you see a football player from afar, you're like, wow, that kid's in my school. And then you see like me eating with him, and all the kids are gonna be like, wow, he must be really cool. He's got a football player with him. And after we'd gone and had lunch, like, his mom kept up with us and just told him he was doing a lot better. He was ready to go to school, playing on the playground. It opened him up.
Brevin Young, Chris's teammate, was so touched by what his friend was doing, he too wanted to be part of the anti-bullying game plan.
I was bullied as a kid, and I felt like I didn't have anybody there to lean on. And just thinking back on how I felt about it, I wanted to make sure another kid didn't feel like that.
The sweet friendships the football players formed with their lunch campaign soon expanded into the Eagle Buddies program, which encourages all high schoolers to buddy up with a bullied kid in hopes of putting an end to bullying altogether.
You have to have good intentions, because these are very impressionable kids, young men and young women, that really need our help.
It just shows that anybody can make a difference, because it's not only happening in Hobbs, New Mexico, it's happening everywhere.